Or the haunting whispers. Ethan had always been skeptical of ghost stories. As a journalist, he prided himself on seeking facts, not superstition. But when he was assigned to investigate the abandoned Blackwood Manor, he couldn't shake the unease creeping into his bones. The mansion had stood for over a century, nestled deep in the woods, shrouded in chilling legends. It was said that the family who once lived there had vanished overnight, leaving behind only eerie whispers that echoed through the empty halls. Ethan arrived just before dusk, stepping over the threshold with his recorder in hand. The air inside was thick with dust, and the floorboards groaned beneath his weight. He took a deep breath and ventured further, his flashlight cutting through the darkness. Then he heard it, a faint whisper just behind him. He spun around, heart pounding, but there was nothing, just shadows stretching unnaturally across the walls. Brushing it off as his imagination, he continued exploring. He found old portraits with faces blurred by time, books scattered as if abandoned in haste, and a child's rocking horse that creaked ever so slightly. Though no one was there to move it, the whispers returned, louder this time. "Ethan!" He froze, his breath caught in his throat. His name, clear as day, yet spoken in a voice barely above a breath. The room grew colder. He saw his own breath fogging in the air. The whispering turned into soft giggles, then frantic murmurs, rising into a cacophony of voices. Panic set in as he backed toward the exit. Then the door slammed shut. Ethan lunged for the handle, twisting and yanking, but it wouldn't budge. A shadow moved in the corner of his eye, a reflection in a cracked mirror. Someone stood behind him. Slowly, dread gnawing at him, he turned. A woman in a tattered dress stared back. Her hollow eyes bore into his soul, and her mouth twisted into an unnatural smile. The whispers converged into one chilling sentence. "You shouldn't have come." The last thing Ethan felt was ice-cold fingers wrapping around his throat before the darkness swallowed him whole. The next morning, his car was found abandoned outside Blackwood Manor. The front door stood ajar, but inside, there was no sign of Ethan. Only the whisper of his name lingering in the air. Lost among the echoes of those who came before him,